Quote, efforts and courage aren't enough without purpose and direction, unquote. That is a quote that was said by John F. Kennedy. I have often found that understanding what purpose is for me is really what molds and glues my world together and gives me meaning in my work. It's also why I show up every day for the climate, for the planet, for the environments and the biomes and the animals and everything that we have that makes our world beautiful, but also the people and the cultures. This purpose is what keeps me going forward and helps me keep delivering and giving to those things on a continuous basis. As John F. Kennedy so elegantly put it, it's not just about showing up. It's also showing up with a specific purpose and a gain and a fulfillment that you want to bring. And I truly believe to keep the spark alive, to keep providing purpose in your work on an ongoing basis, there has to be that underlining piece there that's the foundation of that work. Because when we talk about doing climate work and the purpose behind doing that and the passion for it, this is a marathon, it's not a sprint, it's a long-term work and process. And to continue growing through that marathon, that is why you need purpose, because purpose roots you into your values, into your understanding of what is important to you in this world that has been given to you. And then you can use that, you can use it as the fuel to keep you going forward. So I pulled my LinkedIn community the other day and I asked them basically what are the next 3 topics that they want to hear on my YouTube channel. And this is the one that was the most voted. It was, how do you put purpose into your work? And how do you start living your purpose through your climate work and through the different activities that you do every day? I mean, we spend a lot of time in our careers and in our jobs throughout our entire life. So how do we put purpose into our work? So let's dig into this. So how will this video be shaped? I thought that maybe the best way to start off this video and understanding how to put purpose into your work is first telling you a little bit on how I came to more purpose and meaning in my own work as a content creator, as a marketing strategist, and then hopefully that will also inspire you and give you some inspiration on how you can continue that process. And then at the end of the story, I also want to give you kind of 3 tips that you can take away now so that you can start thinking about how to put more purpose in your own work from where you are standing currently in your career. So before I go any further, hi, I'm Megan and I'm the Eco Marketer, and I put people and the planet at the center focus of all my marketing campaigns. On my YouTube channel, I talk about everything sustainability marketing, and sustainable travel. I hope you like and subscribe to my video, but also to my channel so that you always know when the next videos are going to be uploaded and ready to be viewed. So back to this video. So I started my journey in understanding what my purpose is in my work about 3 years ago. Even though at that time my marketing agency was thriving, it was bringing in really good revenue, I was working on a lot of projects, I still felt that there was something that was missing, that I wasn't doing the work that I had been brought to this planet to complete. I felt that I could do more good in the world. So at this point, when I kind of came to this resolution of, I think I can do more good in the world, this isn't necessarily what I should be doing in my agency work, I took a step back and I started reflecting on where was that feeling coming from and how could I start onto a path of more meaningful work. So I took a lot of time to reflect on myself. Whenever we talk about purpose and purpose in our work, that fundamentally starts with yourself and understanding what is your personal purpose as an individual, as a human being, and what are the things that you specifically want to bring into the world and make it a better place. And then from there, your work compounds on top of it. So once I had this kind of internal tug, I really started sitting down and I started defining what are my personal values? What are the things that I value the most? And these values really started the beginning building blocks to understanding what my personal purpose was, but then the purpose that would grow into my work, into my climate work. Once I understood what my personal values were, I was able to create a list of non-negotiables non-negotiables. And this list of non-negotiables were basically things that I wasn't going to waver on. That in order for me to have integrity towards my purpose and to stay laser focused on it, that these things were basically a no-go. So these were the non-negotiables. For example, necessarily I had never before, but I never was going to, even if I advanced into my marketing career, I was not going to work with destructive brands. So I put a non-negotiable list together, and that was the first one. The next one that I put as a non-negotiable is I would not prioritize profit over impact. Now, this is an important one to also give a bit of disclaimer. You do need to earn enough money in your life to provide you happiness. There is happiness that comes from stability in your income. But once I meet that income and understanding, okay, I have stable income, I'm secure, I have the things that I need, the fundamental things that I need, then I can focus on impact. Because growth for me is not defined by moving up in the ranks, hierarchy, and money, but the amount of impact that I can bring to the world. And the last non-negotiable is I was not going to risk my happiness for profit. So again, it depends if I'm really in need of money or something, so that basic line has to be met. Once I'm past that line, I am not risking my happiness for profit. I'm not going to take a project or a client or even work for a company that doesn't align with my values if I have the actual choice to make that choice. So let's recap. Where did my journey start in understanding the purpose in my work? So step number one, I started by self-reflecting a lot. I took a lot of time to journal, a lot of walks in nature, and I self-reflected on what were the things that were most important to me, the values that I really stood by as a human being. 2, once I did that reflection, I started defining and writing down those personal values. And I started listing them out. I put them in my journal, I put them in my Notion. And then 3, once I understood my values as a person, then I wanted to develop my non-negotiables. So where were the limitations of where I was going to keep my integrity intact and following those values that I had just put together. So from this process, I started to understand what were the values that defined me as a person and how those values were going to transfer into my career and climate, how I was going to build that climate career into a career of impact. So once I understood those points, then I was able to better understand what was my purpose and my meaning that I wanted to have in my climate career. And not only did I better understand what was going to serve me and fill my cup and make me happy, fulfill my purpose, that I had a better understanding of what it was, but I also understood what wasn't going to fill that purpose. And so I had very black and white understanding of which direction that I could move in putting more purpose into my work. Now, purpose and understanding purpose and how that develops in your work is never a stationary activity. It's always something that is you're self-reflecting on, you're building on top of it. It's going to change as you grow and as you change as a human being and as you move throughout life. So even though I've done this purpose work, I do expect for it to grow and for it to evolve. But this work that I've done in understanding my personal purpose is really has built the foundation of how I want to build my career moving forward. So how can you start putting more purpose into your work? Step 1, get super crystal clear on what your beliefs and your purpose is. Reflect on them, understand your limitations, and then understand what is considered good work or better work for you and what that would mean in context or specific examples. Step 2, identify clients, projects, companies that identify with your values that you have defined and the purpose and the meaning that you want to bring to your work. Be specific and also be picky about who you're going to give your talents to moving forward. And identify what type of work is going to fill your cup that isn't necessarily based on metrics of growth, infinite growth and business as usual statistics, terms, whatever you want to call it, like basically the way that business is run, fulfill your purpose and your meaning and create and identify the companies that also align with that. Step 3, connect your work to people on the planet. We're made to be connected, to be collaborative, to be pulled together, and to be creating beautiful things that benefits and supports everybody on this planet. By always connecting your work and the impact that you have in your work to people and the planet, that is a great way to always keep the talents and the creative and the marketing that you're putting out into the world, keeping that laser focused on a greater purpose. And that greater purpose is to benefiting everyone. So I hope this video sparks some inner thoughts and kind of puts you onto the thought process on how to start putting more purpose into your work. And I really hope that you put more climate into your work and more people and planet focus, meaning, and understanding into your marketing and communication work specifically. If you liked this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so that you know when the next sustainability marketing or sustainable traveling, I have a couple of those interesting ones coming up, has been uploaded and is live on my channel. I hope to see you next time.